Good morning, everybody. Joe Chacho here. Happy Monday. Boy, howdy. January is gone, February is gone. Now we're into the beginning of March. So let's start off with a situation I had that I think happens to a lot of people when you go to somebody's house. They kind of tell you they want to think about it. So I'm going to kind of tell you some little, not math. I tried to make it into a word and I couldn't. It is BRRTT. BRRTT. When you get into a situation and you're in a house, or you whisper at the front door, or you're speaking to a husband and wife, and they're kind of getting you going, and you're getting a little bit stressed out, and you're going, "Oh my God, what do I do?" Let's think about the first one, B. I want you guys to kind of just have this memorized in your mind. I want you to do some breathing, because what happens is that when you get a little bit nervous and you're speaking with somebody, believe it or not, you actually stop breathing because you get somewhat exasperated, you get a little bit nervous, you may get a little bit intimidated. So remember to breathe, to get your heart going, get your juices flowing again. Relax, okay? They're not going to hit you, they're not going to punch you. Just sit there, relax, try to get a comfortable spot in the chair, wherever you're sitting, not to where you're slunching, to where you still look professional, but relax. Then you have to remember the things you have been taught, the things you have learned through your journey of becoming a final expense agent. You need to remember these things here. This is why it's so important for you guys to practice this stuff all the time. The fourth one is to think. Think of what you're going to say. So when you're remembering what you're saying, you're going to start thinking about it and start visualizing what you've thought about. Number 5, you're going to talk slow. I say you're going to take a soft step backwards, you're going to relax, and you're going to speak slowly. Because what happens, believe it or not, when we get a little bit nervous, we tend to speak a little bit faster. And when you start speaking a little bit faster, sometimes a client hears you, but yet it may be kind of hard for them to understand, remember, and to collect your thoughts, because what happens is that you're speaking too fast, and they may have a little bit of a glass wall up that you don't realize that's up. Okay? So you need to breathe, you need to relax, you need to remember what you studied and what you've learned. You need to rethink about that there to get it in a process to where it's going to come out smooth. And then you're going to speak to them, talk to them slow. You're kind of like going to tap those brakes so you're not rushing through the situation, okay? We're not in no sprint. We're in a marathon when we're in a house. We're sitting there. We're not rushing. We're not going nowhere. We've got somebody to talk to. We've got one person, 2 people. You got live people there you're speaking to. So I call it showtime. Think about the things we said. This stuff will be on YouTube. Go there, get it, write it down, remember it, because these are 5 words I want you guys to remember, because they're strong, powerful words to help you deal with situations, to help you make more money. Now, this leads me into a client. Went to her house a while back, and it was a lead I had. Knocked on the door. She invited me to come in. She actually remembered sending the card in. And they kind of fast forward, went through the whole dog and pony show, and she had life insurance already. She had it for $10,000. So I'm trying to figure out why she got the policy for $10,000. He said, "Joe, why do you want to figure out why she got that policy?" Because she probably bought it for a final expense. Well, see, I put a word in there called probably. We think we know what they bought it for. We think they bought it for final expense. We think they bought it for a burial, a traditional, or a cremation. We think, but yet we don't know. So you need to ask them, why did you get that policy? What motivated you to pull the trigger a year and a half ago to get a $10,000 policy? She told me, well, I bought it because it's for my grandchildren. I said, okay. So we kept on talking. And I said, well, how many grandchildren do you have? She said, I got 5 grandchildren. I said, okay. I said, what are our goals today by you sending this card in? what do you want me to help you solve so when I leave today, you got better peace of mind before I got here? She says, well, I want to get a policy for $25,000. Okay. So you got 5 grandkids. She said, how do you want to work out the beneficiaries of the one for $25,000? She says, well, I've got my 2 oldest grandchildren, 5 each on the first policy. This second one I want to get if I can afford it. I don't know if I can afford it. It's probably going to be kind of expensive. I'm a little bit older now. Her health was perfect. I said, what do you want to do? She says, well, I want to leave $5,000 to my other 3 grandchildren, and then I want to leave the $10,000 to my husband so he can take care of my final expenses, take care of my funeral. It's okay. So we started talking and all that stuff there. So she wanted one for $25,000. So what I did is that I didn't know exactly what she really wanted. She said she wanted 25. I knew what she was paying for the one for the 10. So I said, well, what do I do? Do I show her just one for 25, or do I show her one for 30 or 35? What do I show her? So I said, well, she wants $25,000 more on top of the 10 she already has. She says she can afford it, yet people don't know what they can afford until they actually see it. Then they got to make the commitment. That's called the 12-inch rule. It's got to be between your heart and your brain. The brain's got to tell you it's okay to buy it, but the heart's got to say, I feel good spending it. Because the person has got to feel that they're taking the money out of their pocket and giving it to you. They got to be able to justify that monthly premium coming out of their checking account. They got to justify it. It doesn't matter if it's $2 a day, $2 a month. They got to sit and say, I do feel it's necessary. I do want to spend this money. So I took a step back and I started relaxing all that stuff there. And I said, I think what you're doing is very admirable. And I said, I think it's very smart what you're doing. I'm going to go over some different programs with you. And from there today, we're going to pick out the one that you feel is best. And hopefully the one for $25,000 is something that will fit in your budget. So I decided, let me kind of show something a little bit higher to where the 25 looks a little bit better and the 10 and the 15 looks even great. So I did a one for 35, 30, 25, 35, 30, 25, 20, a 15, and I even showed her one for 10. I went and I showed her 6 different ideas, 6 programs. Why'd you do it? Because I felt that particular client, it was necessary. Wanted to show her something kind of high to where she got kind of like that sticker shock when you go to buy a new car. Yet when you cry and whine, the actual salesman will go back and forth and lower the price to make you happy. Well, we don't have the benefit of doing that in what we do. This is what is kind of show it, tell it, and either buy it or don't buy it. That's how ours is. Yet I said, let me show her 6. So from there I can watch her facial reactions when I turn the paper around for her to see it. She looked at the one for 35 and the one for 30, and she just nodded her head. She saw the one for 25, and she says, I can't afford it. She says, I want the 25, I can't afford it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until I pay off some bills I have, and can you get back with me in 4 months? 4 months. In 4 months, that's 120 days. A lot of stuff can happen. Another agent can go in there. She can change her mind. Who knows what can happen? So I said to myself, this is a do or die situation. We got to make it happen today. Regardless, what I walk out with is going to give her added protection, and it's going to help me out. So I sat there and I said, well, you said you wanted 25. Is the 25, actually, is it too much money to fit in your budget? She says, well, today it is. She says, it's something I do want. I do want to accomplish my goal and get the one for 25, but I just want to wait till I can get it at one time. So I said, let me kind of go over some things that I think are very important. And the nice part about what I'm going to go over with you, it is for your peace of mind and your safety as well. This is what I'm going to recommend to do. $25,000 is a little bit too much for your budget. You got bills you got to pay, right? She goes, yes, I do. I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to suggest for you to either get the one for $10,000 or $15,000 to get something small to start off with. I don't want to do it that way. I want the full $15,000. I mean, the full $25,000. I said, okay. So now I'm dealing with somebody who has her mind made up. Her mind is already set. She wants $25,000. She wants to pay those other bills off and wants me to come back in 4 months. I know how I am. I'm hard-headed. I'm stubborn, and I'm just not going to give in that easy. I'm not going to go and give the keys to the jail and say, okay, get out when you want. I'm not going to do that. So I sat there. I thought. And here's the beauty, guys. You are allowed to think and not talk when you're with somebody. You can gather your thoughts when you're with somebody. You do not always have to be a motor mouth. You don't always have to have your mouth moving 190 miles an hour when you're talking to somebody, because believe it or not, when you're talking, she may be trying to think of what you're saying, and what you're saying, it may not be registering. You have the opportunity to do the same thing to where you can think, and while you're thinking, she's processing what you told her. Now, I'm not going to say there think for like 30 minutes, but you can sit there for 15, 20 seconds. And, let me kind of think about something. Been in this situation before. I know we can work out something today to give you what you need. So let me kind of think of a way we can get. Let me think of a path that we can go to where we can get you what you really want to get. So I took back, I sat down, crossed my leg, I started thinking. I looked up in the sky, and I said, okay. Her name was Mrs. Fuentes. I said, Miss Fuentes? I said, your goal was $25,000. I recommended you get one smaller. You said you wanted to get the one for $25,000. You and I both know in 4 months it would be paid off. I'm going to come back. You're going to get the one for $25,000. I said, I know that already because you're telling me you want it. Yet my only concern is that you went into debt before, and you have a great possibility of possibly going into debt again, and I don't want you to have to cancel the policy for $25,000. I don't want you to do that. Does that make sense? She gave me the old head turn. She goes, yes. I said, this is what I'm going to tell you. I'm going to speak to you, I love doing this here, like you're my older sister. I said, this is what I'm going to recommend you to do today. What we're going to do is that we're going to stack some policies to achieve the goal that you want. And what I mean by stacking is that you have the one for 10 already. You don't want to get rid of that one there. It's a great policy. Even though you bought it from somebody else, try to put a little humor in there. And I said, you are going to seriously consider something today. Either you're going to get the one for $10,000 a day or the one for $15,000 a day. And then I will come back in 4 months to complete this deal that you want. And the reason I'm making this recommendation is that if you come into hard times, you got to cancel the 25, you wasted 4, 6, 8 months of premium down the drains. We're going to start off with the stackable baby steps to add either one for $10,000 or for $15,000, and you're going to massage that and work that into your budget as you're paying off the little debt that you have. She looked at me. She didn't tell me no. She didn't tell me yes. I got her attention. I got her in my web. And I said, okay. Now, for you fishermen out there, when you have somebody on that hook, you just don't pull that rod back real hard because you're going to rip the hook out of the mouth. So what I did, I got that hook. I had it set. And I reeled it in just a little bit. Just a little bit. I got her closer to me. She gave me the, She gave me a nod. She gave me a look. She didn't give me the, I don't want to do it look. She didn't give me hit the door, Jack. So I said, okay. So now I started thinking, now, Joe, you got to relax. You got to tap those brakes. Don't move fast. Because right now I'm treading on thin ice now. She's already told me no, no, no. I got her attention. And I said, Mrs. Fuentes, I think, based on me doing this for 23 years, doing something I love doing, have to deliver many, many checks to families. That's your time to reiterate how long you've been in business, how long you've been doing it for, how much you like what you're doing. You want to give her that warm, fuzzy feeling, as we all have. We want to help you out. And you're also talking about you, how long you've done it for. Today's the day where I want you to pick. Now I'm going to take control of the situation in a polite manner, even if it's man or woman, same way, because we want them to feel they're making the decision. Today, I want you to pick the 10 or 15,000 to start it. That'll be stacked to the 10 you already have. So when I leave today, you're going to know you've got either a total of 20,000 or you got a total of 25,000 based on the 10 and what you're going to do today. And here's the nice part. If something was to happen and you had to cancel the policy, you're only going to lose a couple of dollars compared to that large amount of 25,000. Doesn't that make sense to you? She sat there, let's say probably about 30 seconds. It probably seemed like 6 months. And she's looking at the paper where I have the prices written down at, all the different things, and she's rubbing her face and all that stuff there, just looking at it. She looked at me a couple times. And she goes, you know something? What you said makes a lot of sense. I like what you're saying because I don't like losing money. I don't like losing money. I have yet to say anything. When they talk, that doesn't mean it's time for you to start talking. Remember that. When they're speaking, don't talk. Let them talk. Because now you're gaining knowledge of what they're thinking. Because when you start interrupting, you're going to mess up her train of thought and you're going to lose the sale. She goes, 10, she said, Joe, I cannot afford the 25. The 20 is just too high. She says, you know, I'm going to start the one for 10. I said, great. I think it's a fantastic idea. I said, now you have a total of 20. So she looked at it some more, and I'm bringing out my little paperwork. I'm going to do the little worksheet and all that. And she's still looking at the notes I've given her on the pricing. And I said, I have your name here, blah, blah, blah. I got your height and weight, got your phone number. I said, tell me the children that you want to put on this new program. She started taking a couple deep breaths and she started thinking. She says, you know something? The difference between the 10 and the 15 is not that much. I'm just going to get the 15. Now I have all 5 of my grandkids, 5,000 each. And then when you come back, I'll do the one for 10. I said, okay. There's no need to go into all this dissertation. I think you made a great decision. Congratulations. Blah, blah, blah. Keep it simple, guys. Okay, go down and start writing. She's already given you the green light. She's already told you she wants it. Now it's not time to talk. Anytime to talk about the weather in China. Anytime to talk about nothing else. So I said, give me your grandchildren's names from the oldest down. So she told me the oldest one, the second one, the third one. I wrote it down. We started talking some more, filled out the application, did her an application on the phone. She got approved. Everything was smooth. Here is the moral of the story. I told you guys in the beginning to breathe, relax, remember what you know, think, not to rush, and speak slowly, talk slowly. When you're in a situation that you do not know how to accomplish, believe it or not, you got it probably somewhere up here if you've been doing this for a while. You need to think, calm your jets down, tap those brakes, and start thinking about what you've learned on these training calls, what you've learned on other calls, what you've heard and seen on YouTube, what you've done when you've ridden with your managers, with whoever. Now it's time to put all this stuff into the funnel and get all the stuff in game plan. She wanted 25, couldn't afford it. I showed her 35, 30, 25, 20, and 15. Even showed her one for 10. So I gave her a smorgasbord of what to pick from. I showed her just one for 25, she wouldn't have done nothing. When I was speaking to her about the one for 10 and 15, those must have been in her price range because she allowed me to continue. The beauty about what we do is, guys, people usually want what they want, yet they can't afford it. So our job is to help them find what they can afford, and you can always come back to add more to it. If you don't do it, somebody else will. When they say come back in 4 months, I'm not saying it's not going to happen. It's happened before, yet it's highly unlikely. Everybody in this room has bought a car. Everybody bought a car. When you go to buy a car, they're going to talk to you. They actually almost handcuff you to their chairs to where you do not leave. And the reason they do that is because they know you probably will never step back into their dealership because you left, in your mind, their price was too high. That could have been the first dealership you went to. In your mind, you felt that car was going to cost less. When they told you a price that was higher, you're saying, this is not a great deal. And it could have been a great deal, could have been a fair deal, could have been a bad deal. When you go to the next dealership, now you got a basis of what to set, high, low, or good. Car dealerships don't want you to leave. You go to buy furniture, they don't want you to leave. We got to do it to where we will be leaving, yet we want them to feel comfortable in their home or in your office. And the only way for us to do that is to think about it, relax, speak slower, and give them different types of advice where they can see through the forest and see the light at the end, where they can get something, because in my opinion to tell is that something additional is better than nothing at all. Okay guys, with that said, I'll let you go. Appreciate your hard work. Make it a great day. If you got any questions, call us. If you haven't signed up yet for the Filing Expense app, go to YouTube, go to the App Store, or go to Google. If you got a problem, call Jay. You need some carriers that Matt always talks about Medicare subs, hospital indemnity, get with Jay. You got any questions about anything, give us a call. We're here to help you. We're here to design your roadmap to take your life and your future to the next level. With that said, drive safe, and we appreciate you, and we love you.